Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to give you the best PC settings for Call of Duty, and we're going to start off here in the display channel. So, display mode, you always want that on full screen exclusive. Choose your monitor. This should automatically go to your GPU that you're running. Screen refresh rate, always make sure that's at the highest as possible that your monitor can provide. I know a lot of people will play 2K, 4K, res. I'm sold on the 1080p. I think 1080p is still great. I sacrificed some of the 2K and 4K in order to just get like higher frames. So that's why I'm just on this here. Reshaders. So basically, after we do all the changes, at the very end, we're gonna go back in and hit this. And what this is going to do is going to reload all your shaders to take effect of all the changes you made in your settings. This is a very important part after changing all these settings to make this work as it should. Brightness, I run mine just at 55. I know some people run a little higher, a little bit lower. I think most people run high in Warzone, but I just leave mine at 55. Now on NVIDIA Reflex, low latency, you do want this on in boost. This is basically on boost if your GPU frequencies are kept higher in CPU. I kept on saying CB. I don't know why. Can reduce latency, but it will increase your GPU power draw. Now I run a 5070. I have no issues with the power on this card, so I keep this on. This gives a little extra performance. Eco mode preset, you want that on custom. VSync gameplay, you want that off. You want this off. Custom frame rate, I got this on unlimited. I know some people heard really good success if they keep it right to the stream refresh rate. Now I just leave this on unlimited because I do get more than what the game or what my monitor provides, and I find it runs a little bit smoother. Down here for menu, I have this on maximum, and this is only because I want the best quality when I'm in the menu for everybody watching the stream. You want off, and focus mode set to 0. Now we're gonna head over to quality. Now this is to each his own, but I find this is what gives you the best visual and best performance ish. So let me explain that. For your upscaling, everybody uses fidelity at 90. Now this is great, gives you the best image, but this also gives you slightly better frames using the deep technology, basically AI. Now, from my understanding, this here NVIDIA DLSS does not have any latency in it. But if you turn this on, frame generation, this will have a lag. Now, and it may not be enough, but if you're in a firefight, you want to have the best, quickest response time of all time. Now, if I have this turned on, I'm getting 400 frames on Warzone, which is great, but I want to make sure my input is like least possible. So I have this turned off and I'm running on fidelity. Now this is just really to each his own if they want to choose whichever. And of course, you're running AMD, you want to run the FSR 3. But for us, we're going to leave this on this. VRAM scale target, I got mine maxed out. I got 12 gigs of RAM, so I'm good there. Variable rate shading, you want this turned on. This is a must do. Now text resolution, it doesn't really do much for performance, so I like to leave this on normal. Same with the filter, I keep this on high, just get a little bit more better. It does not do no performance difference if you run this different. Depth and field, I got that turned off. I only like this on single player games. As far as like first person shooter multiplayers, I want this turned off. It just, to me, it's just like, no. Detail quality, I keep this on normal. This is another thing that it's very low impact on your GPU. Particle, you want this turned on very low. Bullet impacts, I turned this on because I want to know what recoil is when I'm in the firing range. I'm almost trying out different attachments. And then your persistent effects, I have this turned off. Draws visual effects on explosions and on near surfaces. We don't really need that. Shader quality, now I see a lot of people use different ones. I see people run high because they want the best quality in Warzone. I see people run low. But really, I'm gonna have to say, like, I find it kind of like a medium is like right where it is. It's right in between. It doesn't do too much. It is a medium, more GPU impact, but I mean, if you have the RAM, you might as well. Even if you got the RAM, I don't think you're gonna see too much of a difference if you run this on high. It's really a preference. I'm guessing, like, what you want from for quality. Now, you're on-demand texture streaming. You want that on least as possible. You just leave that 32 because it won't do nothing. Keep that on low. Your shadow and lighten. So your shadow quality, I kept this on normal just to give it more a little realism. But your screen space shadows, I got that turned off. This screen space lighting, I turned that on low. You want static reflection quality on low as well. Now into the environment, you want this turned off. You want this one turned out low. You want this off. Water quality off as well. If you want water quality high because you want that little bit more realism, it is a GPU medium impact for performance, but honestly, for the amount of time you're going to be in water in this game, I don't think it's really required that you even have it. Now we're going to go to the view quality, or just the view, I should say. The field of view, I run mine at 120. Now I know a lot of players, even like the competitive scene, they may go down to 107, or sorry, 104, 108, I think 113. But really, I run 120. I never had an issue with it. I think it's really a preference. Your ADS field of view, you want that on affected. Weapon field of view, you want that on wide. Third person field of view, you want that on 90. Vehicle field of view, you want that on wide. There was a bug in Warzone where the vehicle seemed, you zoomed right out when you were driving the vehicle really far, and then it went right back in on certain parts of the map. I think they got that fixed now, but weapon blur, you want that turned off as well. I can't stand weapon blur. I never understand why we even have it. It's, to me, it's just like, anyway, I don't like it at all. It's like hurts the eyes almost. Oh, sorry, that's a world motion blur. Sorry, and I don't know why we even got that. That's two things I don't understand we have. But yeah, we have that turned off. Your first person camera movement, you want at least 50%. This just makes it the camera so it doesn't move as much. Same thing as the third person camera movement, you want that on 50%. Third person ADS transition, you want that on first. I mean, this is really playing the certain game modes, and you go from third to first. Anyway, inverted flashbang. Now, some people don't like the white screen of death, I call it, especially at 12 o'clock at like midnight. But people for a flashbang, you turn this on, your screen will actually go black. So maybe a little easier on the eyes. I left mine on off because I try to stay away from flashbang as much as I can. Parachute camera, you want this on third person infill only. Now you can do this to first person, but I mean, this is really a preference, to be honest. I'm just so used to doing third person, I never really changed it. Now we're gonna go down to audio. So I run mine at 50 because I like to try to sound hoard everybody's near me in the buildings. But this is really a preference. I know some people setups, you may want to run this down a bit lower just because how your setup may be for audio, because it could be a little bit too loud. Cinematic music, I got that turned off. Same with gameplay music, I got that turned off as well. Dialogue, I turned it to 50. Effects, I left that at 100 because I think that really plays a part of the footsteps and the grenades and all that gunfire. Just want to be able to hear it best as possible. Now down here, you want to choose the device that you're using. Now I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast, so I have to use this one, but you may just want to leave this on default, but it all depends on how your setup is set up, as you choose which one is your main audio device. Now enhance headphone mode, I got this turned on. It's not recommended if you have this with open speakers with TV and sound bars. It does do a little bit CPU performance impact, so take that, you may get a little better audio, but you're gonna lose that in CPU performance, so just keep that in mind. Audio mix, I keep this on Treyarch mix. I know some people do bass boost and, sucker punch and all that, but Treyarch, I think it's just right where it is. 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% Down here, mute the game when minimalized. Nope, you don't want that. Mute licensed music. I mean, I have this off, but you can turn it on if you want. This here is a custom audio profile to change the frequencies for each ear to compensate the differences in hearing sensitivity. Really, this is going to be up to you to kind of figure out where your high frequencies is for your ears. I don't have any guide on it because I really did it myself, but I think you can find it on YouTube how it'll be what's best for your ears. Reduce tinted sound, you want this turned on. Hit marker, I put this on classic just because I like to hear the old classic Black Ops hit marker sound, but this is really just a preference if you want which one you want. Voice chat, I keep my voice chat at 50. I don't know why it was at 46. Proximity chat, I got that turned on. Body shield chat, I got that turned on. Last words, I got that turned on. I like to really just like communicate with anybody who's around me. Game chat voice, I turn this to all lobby. Voice chat, the same thing. You want to make sure all your voice chat from all your team members go through the same headset you're using. Microphone levels left at 50, should be good. Now I am usually on push to talk as much as possible. I have it keybind to the side of my side of my mouse. You can use a foot pedal. You can keybind this to anything you want. I just say, like, you know, common courtesies to go to push to talk on any game. And of course, on your microphone input, you make sure you choose on the right microphone or no one's going to hear you. That's for the audio. And for the interface, we got to, I have, because I run on keyboard and mouse, I do the menu prompt as keyboard and mouse. Gameplay tips, don't need any tips. I'm pretty good anyway. Nah, just kidding. But I turned it off. Skip introduction movies, turned on. Skip kill cam is off. We don't want to skip the kill cams because we want to know where everybody's at. Tool tips, we can turn that off as well. Now telemetry, this is what I got running. The FPS counter on top, server latency, pocket loss. Those are the three biggest things I want to know what's going on in the game. And it's always in the top left corner. But you can also turn on clock, your processor time for CPU. There's a lot more stuff there to turn on. This is really just information if you want to know what's going on with your computer when playing the game. Just go down, network game alert icons. I turned this on because you want to know if we have issues with the server. It will pop on your screen so you know that it's not your PC, it's actually like the game server itself. Now we're gonna go to gameplay HUD. The biggest thing I find is people play with everything zoomed out, like your mini maps in the top corner, your ammo's way down here, your health is way down here. Bring everything in. You don't want to look so far out on your screen because that split seconds will make a difference if you're gonna survive your shootout with the enemy. I always try to, every Call of Duty I get, I always put that stuff in. Mini map, you always want down square to get the most square footage of your mini map. Mini map rotation, I turn this on because I kind of want to know where I'm going with I want to know the layout of where my character is at all times. Radar, turn this on. If you turn this on, you're going to lose your mini map. It's just going to be a radar. Compass, I keep this on horizontal because I want a full compass so I can pinpoint where the shots are coming from. Down through here, you can turn it off. Tac sprint, stamina bar. This basically tells you how much stamina you got left. I turn this off. You don't really need it. And player names, pretty much. The buy station closes when your damage is off. Weapon inspect, attach information. Oh, I didn't realize this was even here myself. I'm gonna turn this off to make my thumbnails a little bit better. Take a picture on. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Appreciate watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like, hit that subscribe. If you like this settings for Call of Duty, let me know. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.